Hare Krishna and welcome. We're reading from Shivaram Swami's book, Naparaye Ham, and we're going to dive into chapter 1 today, entitled Description of the Rasa-lila. So this is Shamalata speaking. My dear reader, are you waiting for someone? Oh, for me? How nice. Then by all means, come in, come in. No, enter this way, into the courtyard. You have not come to my house before? Hari. My name is Shamalata. I live here in Yavat, and Sri Radha is my very dear friend. Where have I been? I have just come from her house. The day I do not see her is an inauspicious day indeed. Friend, what can I say? I feel such great pleasure just seeing your happy face. You desire that I tell you about Sri Krishna? Oh, such a praiseworthy request. And Radha also? Sadhu, sadhu. Here, sit on this bench beneath the wise bakul tree. It is early still, and no one is here to disturb us. Even the wind must beg to gain entrance into my private courtyard. Friend, allow me to introduce you to Navasaki. Today she too had a desire to hear of Sri Krishna's pastimes. Navasaki, this is the reader, our friend, who has come from far away to hear. May you both be happy. Dear reader, what did you say? Oh, you would like to stay for some time and silently listen to our talks? Very well. We shall be blessed by your presence. Vaishnavas are so rare and wonderful. When a devotee of your caliber arrives, my home becomes a place of pilgrimage. Before we begin, let us fold our hands and worship the all-effulgent one now rising upon the eastern horizon. O Supreme Deva, who is purified by the daily worship of Sri Radha, the supreme youthful potency of Hari, our humble obeisances unto you. Jaya Namaha. Dear reader, if you do not mind, I shall now address Navasaki. If you have any questions, keep them in your heart. They will all be answered in time. Navasaki, you have such an ardent desire. Because of your eagerness to hear about Radhe Shyam, you are my very dear friend. From now on, I accept you as my own, and you shall always be at my side. Dear one, tell me, have you not seen Sri Krishna from afar? Has the sound of his flute not found its way into the nest of your ears? Friend, listen. It is impossible to enter the companionship of Sri Krishna by desire alone. In the company of his associates, you must water the creeper of your love, your prema, with the nectar shower of his names and pastimes. Then you will surely taste the juicy fruits of his consortship and fulfill all your desires. Yes, all your desires will be fulfilled. Do not fear. Now listen while I explain prema as I have understood it from Sri Radha, the prema guru of all Brajavasis. Your lessons should now begin. By learning them well, your creeper will flourish and blossom. This is my story, and because you are so dear to me, I shall now reveal it to you. Once I had a strong desire to understand the intricacies of Sri Krishna's love. As fate would have it, my desire and the occasion of the Sharadiya Rasa coincided. That night, after Sri Krishna had abandoned us, only to return again, the gopis questioned him about the nature of his love. Govinda's answers were candid and to the point, but I was inclined to understand them in more detail. I awoke that morning, absorbed in the previous night's events. My heart was pounding. I desired to probe deeper into the mysteries of prema, and thus in time I came to understand. What I learned I will now reveal to you just as I saw it. Dear one, give me your hand. I shall now open my heart to you. Just see. As Govinda showed his universal form to Arjuna, I will show you my internal world. I have recorded everything within my heart. If you have the eyes, then see what is there. With an open mind, free from doubt, read the notebook of my heart and make it one with yours. If you do, your prema will grow and your love of Raj will increase. It began that morning, just like this. Oh, my beloved, how much time has passed since we last met? I cannot say. My maidservants say it was but one night, but my mind tells me it was years ago. No millennia since my eyes last saw your beautiful form, since my senses last feasted upon your transcendental qualities. The hands of time may dictate what they like, but who can argue with an impulsive heart? O Krishna, O love of my life, I long for you with every atom of my being. When will we meet again? Surely we must. Why else would I continue to dress and ornament a body dedicated to your service so long ago? I exist for no one but you. O Krishna, Krishna, please save me. My bath completed, I sit by the window. The sun's morning rays, streaming through the latticework, create ornate designs upon my golden limbs. Should I wear a dark blue sari? If I do, I will be wrapped in thoughts of you. Neela places a mirror in my hand, and she begins to comb my hair. When I see my reflection, I think, oh, how beautiful! If this beauty brings you but a drop of pleasure, the Creator has triumphed. Otherwise, of what use is this beauty? Of what use are the bejeweled walls and ivory furniture of my dressing chamber? After all, it is for your satisfaction alone that I endure the daily tedium of dressing. Chatting as she usually does, Magga reminds me of the many nectarian pastimes we shared. Shamalata, she says, do you remember the night Govinda combed and decorated your hair by the bank of the Yamuna? It was the full moon night of the autumn season when the night blooming jasmine perfumed the air and moonshine painted every tree, creeper, and flower iridescent silver. Oh, how aggressive was the sound of your flute that evening. Krishna, do not protest. How could this sweet melody of a flute provoke you so? It was so. Many of my friends were drawn from their homes under the most embarrassing circumstances. They told me. Some were cooking, some were caring for their children, some were alone with their husbands. Then, suddenly, Hari, Hari, and they were gone. What a time I had convincing my mother-in-law to worship Devi throughout the night. Oh, what a challenge. So, dearest, do not make light of that mischievous Venu of yours. After all, it is you who places his nectar lips to its end. But Prananath, you are such a provocateur. Really, after dragging us through the jungle in the dead of night, how could you simply say welcome, as if we were unexpected guests? You are such a connoisseur in the art of humiliating others. Yes, yes, it is true. For what other reason would you ask, oh, most fortunate ladies, welcome, what may I do to please you? So munificent of you, such a gallant. To please us? We followed the call of your flute to please you. Day after day you enjoyed with us, and then you turned the tables and asked why we had come? How clever! Not only that, Rama, you broadcast the dangers of the forest, saying, although there is an abundance of moonlight, this time of night is fearsome due to snakes, scorpions, and poisonous creatures lying beneath the carpet of foliage in the forest. Vrindavan, a dangerous place? Oh, really, Bihari, you could have done better than that. Who knows better than you about the serene atmosphere of Vrindavan forest? Here, even tigers behave like domestic animals. Then, seeing the gopis cast sidelong glances of bewilderment, you continued. If you have come to collect night-blooming flowers for your worship, this is neither the time nor place. And why not? Where other than forest gardens can night-blooming forest flowers be picked? And would you suggest daytime more suitable? Oh, Govinda, if your plan was to tease us, you certainly succeeded. But let me say one thing. Your lessons on chastity were like a pauper's advice on commerce. Every leaf and flower of Vraj chuckled when you said, the highest religious duty for a woman is service to her husband. Ho, ho, that was really humorous coming from you. Then you added insult to injury by suggesting we learn to love you through deity worship. A deity? Or alternatively, we could practice meditation. How is that? Do you think we are yogis? Shall we sit in our kitchens and practice meditation? Do we need to learn to love you? Oh, Govinda. Govinda, is our love really deficient? But I could barely believe my ears when you said, please return to your homes. How could you be so callous? Krishna, do you think we simply blew in with the Malayan breeze to be so easily dismissed? Murari, what do you know of a woman's distress? Are you unaware of your influence over the women of Vraj? Rama, he who wields a sword, must be held accountable for the injuries he inflicts. The pain you caused with your double-edged tongue will certainly be remembered in the court of King Cupid. O beloved, did your heart not break when the gopis hung their heads in sadness? Did your eyes not burn when their sorrowful breathing dried their reddened lips? When they scratched the ground aimlessly with their toes, did you think they were decorating Vrindavan as a pastime? When tears carrying the black mascara from our eyes washed the vermilion powder from our breasts, did your eyes not moisten? O Hari, how could you have tolerated our standing like statues, silently bearing the burden of misery? Within our minds we thought, if our love cannot conquer Krishna, then it must be artificial. And if our love is contrived, of what use are our lives? But, dear friend, our love for you is unflinching. For you we have abandoned all other objects of desire. Even when you speak unfavorably, we still belong to you. Whether you accept us or reject us, whatever, our hearts are for you and you alone. Fighting our tears, we composed ourselves with such difficulty. Then, with faltering voices, we made up a host of arguments before you finally accepted us as your maidservants. Dear ladies, you offer to become my maidservants. But do I have to repay you in some way, or are you giving yourselves freely? We replied, since the dawn of our womanhood, you have purchased us a million times with your gem-like smiles. That payment is unparalleled. But you went on, will you really be satisfied without any form of maintenance? We said, when you don your golden turban decorated with strands of jewels and tiny garlands, we will right it bit by bit until it is perfectly placed. If you try to stop us by shaking a finger, we will simply ignore you. Placing a hand beneath your turban, we will arrange your curly locks, which had conspired to cover the half-moon of your effulgent forehead. O Hari, such encounters with your boundless sweetness will certainly be sufficient for our sustenance. Still you did not relent. Friends, your husbands will not tolerate this behavior of yours. They will complain bitterly to King Kamsa and produce a fearful situation for me and you. But Krishna, your two mighty arms make us fearless. Just as they lifted Govardhan Hill to protect us from King Indra, those arms will surely kill that beast Kamsa. You countered our every answer with an excuse. Was this merely to cause us pain? But being a religious person, I cannot make others' wives my maidservants. Religious person? Really? The same person who killed a woman, Putana, as an infant, a calf, Vatsasura, in childhood, and a bull, Arishta, in youth, now talks of religion? How amusing. O crest jewel of religious personalities, we mused. Why refuse to make the cowherds' wives your maidservants? You have already forcibly taken the wife of Lord Narayan, Lakshmiji, and publicly displayed her as a golden lion on your chest. Are you not ashamed? This self-evident argument seemed to turn your mind, and you abandoned your frustrating stubbornness. Besides, within the 14 worlds and beyond, have you ever rejected a beautiful woman, no matter whose wife she was? Mukunda, we know your history well. Please do not try to deceive us. O Nandanandana, when you lit up the night with your melodious laughter, the moon fell at your feet. But we never cared to pick it up, for the lotus-like gopis cheerfully blossomed in the new moon of your smile. And when you mercifully enjoyed with us, all our misery disappeared in a trice. Once again, Vrindavan Forest became the supreme abode of love. Hari, Hari, Krishna, Krishna. Another section. There, Neela has finished combing. My long braid is nicely decorated with strands of colorful, fragrant flowers. How lovely is that jewel lotus hanging at the very end. She did it all very expertly and deserves a smile of appreciation. Hari, but the real test will come later. Will this snake-like braid hypnotize your mouse-like eyes as it sways to and fro? Let us see. Now Champa gently places her left hand on top of my head, lifting my face ever so slightly. Painting a full moon tilak decorated with an 8-petaled lotus is intricate service. Musk and aguru make the circle, sandalwood and camphor its surface, and the lotus is drawn with vermilion. Musk has such a lovely fragrance. What is it about musk that attracts my senses so? Oh, of course, it reminds me of your aromatic limbs. So fragrant. How alluring is your every charm. Slowly, slowly, like an animal trapped in quicksand, my mind sinks into your pastimes. As you moved among the gopis, we sang your name in chorus. In turn, you responded by sweetly singing of the autumn moon, the moonshine, and the lotus-filled Yamuna. What wonderful songs we sang! How cooling the diamond dust of the Yamuna's shore was to our bodies, burning as they were with desire. Of course we were burning. Of course we were burning. Whose senses would not be ablaze in the presence of your joking words and sidelong glances? O Govinda, O Prananath, O Vallabha, please forgive me, forgive me. Receiving special attention, I, like most of the others, became proud. I thought myself the best of women. While drinking the nectar of your company, who would not become intoxicated by feminine pride? Who would not become maddened by so much good fortune? Govinda, please forgive me. I just felt so happy to be with you. So happy. But then, then one moment you suddenly disappeared. Gone, just gone. Shamalata, how can I apply eyeliner around your fawn-like eyes if you cry? Complains Neela. Look, this kajal is black, just like Shamasundar. I know you will be very pleased if he is sitting in the color around your eyes. Shama, it would be too painful to recall the sorrow we felt in your absence. What did it all mean? Why must those who desire the happiness of love suffer so? Perhaps the sage Bharat was right when he said, union is not fully appreciated until separation has been experienced. It must be so. How terrible! Must I cry forever? Like mad women, we searched for you everywhere. How much darker and desolate was the forest without you? We asked the flowers, creepers, and trees where you were. We approached the deer for sympathy, all to no avail. And then, remembering your elegant movements, loving smiles, playful glances, and enchanting talks, we enacted your pastimes. Were the stars and were the stars and moon pleased? You must ask them. If you think we became intoxicated in your association, you should have seen us in the misfortune of your absence, twice as mad. While imitating your leelas, in a corner of the forest we spotted your footprints, decorated with their unique telltale signs. What a relief that was! Never was I so happy to see the mark of a flag in the dust. But what a story your footprints told! We followed them deeper into the forest, and your pastimes with Sri Radha humbled our pride. How you must have favored her! While we tasted the bitter fruit of your punishment, she relished the nectar of your mercy. Chandravali was annoyed. Accusingly, she said, we actually love Sri Krishna, but still he rejected us. Therefore, these secret dealings with Radha are simply provoked by lust. Padma chimed in. If he were interested in love, he would not have rejected us for that Radha. I did not share their view. I know Radhika's love is supreme. Having sold yourself to her, you are her property. May that Radhika be forever glorified. If with great difficulty you collect flowers to make Sri Radha a crown, it is rightfully done. Who other than her is the exclusive queen of your heart? If you carry her with affection because sprouts pain her tender feet, so be it. Who else is the embodiment of supreme Mahabhav? If you shower your attention upon her alone, it must be the dictation of your heart. Who else can bind the uncontrollable elephant of your mind? Beautiful one, I have dedicated my life and body exclusively to you, but my love is shared equally between you and Sri Radha. I know that pleases you, and that will be my reward. I'll read another section. Brahmarakshi sets a nose ring with a golden pearl. I wear it for your pleasure. Jeweled and hoop earrings follow, which I know delight your senses. I long to see you spin around under their influence as Radha's Tulsi claims you do. Someone places kunda flowers over my ears. Now it's finished. O Madhusudana, may these decorations, which are like clusters of jewels and honey, attract the bee of your mind. Srimati paints pictures of vines and flowers upon my soft rosy cheeks. Friend, she says shyly, these vines are your aspirations for love, and they will blossom in the presence of the black bee Krishna. Holding my chin with her left hand, she places a musk drop at its center. Neela takes her cue. It seems that Cupid has made a leaf cup, your chin, from artfully drawn golden ketaki leaves, placing on them bimba fruit, your lips, and under them a beautiful baby black bee, a drop of musk. The young maidservants chatter as they continue dressing me. Their voices are like the melodious lapping of Yamuna Devi's waves, but they do not distract me from my meditation. Black Bee Sham, why do you abandon Radha after awarding her special recognition? I have heard many versions. What is the truth? Did Radha really become proud of her good fortune? I wonder. What happened when Radhika said she could walk no further? Did you really disappear just to intensify her love? When she cried out, "Oh, master, my lover, oh, dearest, where are you? Where are you?" How did you tolerate her pitiable appeal and not reappear? I have heard she petitioned you with the words, "O my love, I am being consumed in the fire of separation. For your sake, save my life by your merciful glance." And you replied from afar, "But how would saving you be for my sake and not yours?" She pleaded, "Dearest, if I die, you will always lament the loss. Burdened by such melancholy, how will you enjoy the happiness of female company?" Still from a distance you said, "So let me be unhappy. Why should you be concerned about that?" Radhika replied, "Life of my life, I will feel your unhappiness a million times more than you." "But if you are deceased, how will you feel pain?" you cleverly replied. "Even if I die," she said, "I will suffer. I cannot tolerate your slightest pain. Therefore kindly show yourself and drive away my distress." Then you said, "But you say your life air is on the verge of leaving your body. If your condition is so precarious, what can I do?" "O Deva," Radhika asserted, "your touch is like a medicinal herb. It has the power to revive the dead. Simply place your hand on mine, and my life air will immediately return, making me healthy and whole once again." Did your real concern emerge at that stage? Were you actually so offended by Radhika's request to be carried? "You know I am the son of a king," you said, "a young and tender youth. Without showing due regard, why did you order me like a servant, saying, 'Take me wherever you wish'? Why did you anger me in this way?" Oh, how Radha cried in sorrow. "My beloved, only because I was drowsy from lack of sleep and overconfident in our intimacy did I speak as I did. Please excuse me and show yourself to your wretched maidservant. Please be merciful to me. Please be merciful." I know you can never resist Sri Radha. Could you cause her such anguish just to intensify her yearning? My love, let what has passed be forgotten. Please come to me now, you said. But how could she? Love is greater than both lover and beloved. And therefore Radha replied, "I am blinded by lamentation. I cannot see where you are. Please tell me, where are you? Where are you? Where are you?" Following the echoes of her cries, we discovered Sri Radha, fallen like a goddess from heaven. Seeing her so, I felt my heart breaking. Hari, why did you not come to her? Bewildered by your separation, Gandharvika spoke incoherently like a madwoman, repeatedly cursing her own misbehavior. Even Chandravali and Padma were humbled by the greatness of her love. As if inundated by a tidal wave, the gopis were overwhelmed by the ever-increasing surge of her emotions, sometimes riding on its surface, sometimes submerged in its depths. By this display of love, we all understood Radhika's unique stature. In Vraj, no one is her equal. United in admiration, we entered the depths of the forest in search of you. This is what I heard and saw of this incident. But I wonder, O my black moon, does your loving mood with Radhika not accommodate being insulted or slighted? Does such contrariness not in fact nourish the mellow of your relationship? O ocean of mercy, from talks with Lalita and Vishaka, I understand it was natural for Radharani to ask you to carry her. Only in great humility did she describe her own behavior as wicked. One day I will come to know the untold secrets of this pastime, but I think that will happen only by Sri Radha's mercy. You are so mysterious. The gopis searched for you. We walked until the forest masked the light of the moon. When we were engulfed in total darkness, one girlfriend warily said, "Krishna's footprints are no longer visible. Let us turn back from this place, which even the light of the moon cannot reach." With what difficulty we reached the bank of the Kalindi, our hearts broken, our feet bruised. Sitting together on the river bank, we began to sing of you, eagerly hoping for your return. Our minds were absorbed in you, our homes and families forgotten. In this way, we were totally filled with your presence. Jai. I'm going to stop there, and we shall continue tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Thank you for listening.